Hello everyone, I'm Arun from BEEI3061. So I'm going to summarize a talk from Mr. Muhammad Azizi bin Hamad, who is a senior product engineer for semiconductor industry. And he gave a talk about testing process in semiconductor industry. So, as you guys know, what is semiconductor? So semiconductor falls between conductor and insulator integrated circuit, which are made using such electronic properties. Semiconductor is made from silicon, and the advantages of the semiconductor is smaller, low power, cheaper, high efficiency, great reliability, and runs cooler, long life, less noisy. So what is the disadvantages? So the disadvantages is controlling the spin for long distance, combining techniques between the semiconductor and magnetic recording industry, difficult to inject and measure spin in silicon. Silicon causes electron to lose their spin state. Okay, that's from me, and my teammates are going to explain more about semiconductor process, which will be product design process, front end process, and back end process. Thank you.
Okay, hello, hi, I'm Farzana. So I want to summarize about the semiconductor process. Okay, for the semiconductor process, we have three process. First is the product design process, second is the front end process, and the third is the back end process. Okay, we go through the first process. Okay, for the first process is product design process. Okay, for the product design process, we need to have a good knowledge about VLSI. Do you know what is the VLSI? Okay, for the VLSI is the process of combining a transistor into a single chip. Okay, next we go through the second step is the front end process. Okay, for the front end process, we start with the wafer testing process. Okay, wafer testing process is the process of testing the functionality of the dies in the water. Okay, the last process is the back end process. Okay, for this process, we have 10 sub process. Okay, first is the wafer mount, second is wafer sew and wash, third is die bond, fourth is wire bond, fifth is mold, sixth plating, seven is trim and form, eight is electrical test, nine is marking, and 10 is tap and read.
Hi everyone, Assalamualaikum and good day. I am Nur Syafiqah binti Kamarudin from BEI S1/2. Today I would like to explain more about the test that they usually conduct in a manufacturer, in semiconductor manufacturer. So there are some types of tests that they conduct. For example is electrical test, final test, and a QA test. So the first one is electrical test. What is electrical test? How they do the electrical test? The first step, of course, they need the input. So the input is a chip, which is a semiconductor. So they will insert the chip inside the machine. The machine that they use is ISMAT T16, NT16, NX16, and T32. So test that they usually do in electrical test is open short test, continuity test, and functionality test. So if the unit passing, they will go through another process, and if not, they will put in a scrub. So the second test is a final test. So final test are actually a testing package IC chip. They will do 3 tests in this stage. The first one is temperature, voltage and frequency. So in addition to this final test, they will pull out samples from each group of unit for quality assurance testing. The last test they will do is a QA test. So what they do in QA test is all complete product that have been tested before will test again in a QA test before they send the product to customer. So in QA test, they usually do 2 tests. The first one is an open short test and a functionality test. Usually in a QA test, they will select randomly 100 product from each group to be tested. So the reject part will throw into a dustbin, and the good product will send to customer for or import to another country.
Hi, Assalamualaikum and good day everyone. I hope all of you doing well. I am Muhammad Ani Ashraf Ibrahim from BEEI S1/2, and I will conclude the video review of semiconductor. The conclusion from the video is now we know how the growth of semiconductor in our industry. The growth is rapidly fast. Now I guess most of you already know what is semiconductor after watching our video. You also already know what is the process of making a semiconductor and each type of them. Okay, firstly, semiconductor process is looking easy on paper, but the fact is not. Secondly, making semiconductor in reality is an extremely complex process, pushing engineering limits in mechanics, vacuum, chemistry, optics, and physics. Innovation in semiconductor manufacturing technology is the key to the continued development of the semiconductor industry. Last but not least, not to forget, Moore's Law is still alive and well until today. Okay, that's all for me. Thank you.